Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, man. Today we have a Toronto Raptors video for you. They got a nice little win on the road against a red-hot Minnesota Timberwolves to head into All-Star break. Now, I won't name any names, but I was live streaming some basketball games earlier today, and I got a comment a couple of times saying the Raps might not make the playoffs, and I was like, whatever you say, buddy. Thaddeus Young, welcome to Toronto. I think a lot of Raptors fans are going to agree with this take here. Let me know if I'm wrong. The acquisition of Thaddeus Young is amazing for the team. The price that was required to get Thaddeus Young on the team was pretty terrible. I mean, pretty terrible. Tristan Thompson just signed with the Chicago Bulls. I have a feeling that if Thaddeus Young was not traded at the trade deadline, I have like a 90% feeling that he would end up getting bought out. With that being said, you're taking a risk that he gets bought out. You're also taking a risk that you're able to acquire him once or if he were to be bought out. Also, we don't know Thaddeus Young's trade value. Maybe a bunch of teams were calling for him. Who knows? All I know is if Thaddeus Young was not traded and he was bought out, you'd have half the league wanting Thaddeus Young. And you saw it tonight. Plus 16, 10 points, 5 rebounds, an assist, a steal, a block. This is what we've been saying, right? We've been saying this on the channel since they acquired. So like a week. Less than a week. Less than a week. We've been saying this for less than a week. Thaddeus Young does a little bit of everything. He literally does a little bit of everything. And take it from a Chicago Bulls fan, I would love Thaddeus Young to be on my basketball team right now. No matter who our personnel is, I would love to have Thaddeus Young on the team. So, good win tonight. Siakam going right up against Karl-Anthony Towns. I mean, 17 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists for him. He kind of took a backseat scoring with Freddie being out. So, no Fred tonight. Need to get the ball. Need to distribute that basketball. And Siakam was kind of the dude. He's kind of like that point forward Pascal Siakam. While he didn't, go off for like 35 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. You're gonna take that. Gary Trent Jr. continues his little domination this season. I know he's coming off a horrible basketball game shooting the ball wise, but hey, that's Gary's thing. 30 points one night, 10 points the next night, 30 points the game after that. He's a young player. Got to keep in mind he's a young player. If this man ever gets like really consistent, he will be an all-star. He will be an all-star. I think if you said Gary Trent Jr. will be an all-star at the start of the season, I know it's hard to think about this in retrospect, but if I told you Gary Trent Jr. will be a future all-star at the start of the season, I would imagine a majority of folks are saying, he's solid, but he's more one-dimensional. I don't think he has that much offensive firepower to get to that level. Say that to the 2.5 steal or the over 2 steals per game, led the league in steals for several months. And yeah, well, I'll take an apology in written fashion. 5 threes for him tonight with 30 points. Outside of that, the starting lineup, I mean, offensively, there wasn't really much. Scotty Barnes, he's kind of, the word falling off isn't proper, but as far as like offensive production from right now or recently to the start of the season, more on a downhill trend. But once again, it's not like he's the dude on offense, right? They don't run the offense around getting Scotty Barnes to score the basketball. I probably worded that terribly, but I think most people kind of know what I'm saying. Like with Scotty, it's more picking and choosing, right? Trying to get open, trying to be in the right spot. And it's a process, man. It's a process. When you have games like this where you have 9 points, that's when you step up. You have 4 rebounds, you have 4 steals or 4 assists, and you have 3 steals. And defensively, you're aware whenever the hell Scotty Barnes is out there. Now, I want to talk about OG. Kem was the other guy who got the start tonight with Freddie being out, 3-3. I love actually Kem Birch. I love what he provides. I'm so glad they're playing him like 20, 25 minutes max a night because that's really where he thrives. I want to talk about OG Anunoby. On the season, he's shooting about 42% from the field. Last 10, he's shooting pretty poorly. Actually, let's just pull it up while I got you guys here. So OG, last 10 games, he's shooting 42.7%. That's actually not as bad as I would have guessed. 40% from downtown, that's what you want to see, but only 13.7 points per game. His career, if you're wondering, 47%. 47% field goal shooter. OG's really interesting. I think it was Luca Rosano who tweeted, maybe it was Amateur Hour Sport, it was one of the Raptor Nation channels that I watch and enjoy. Shout out Luca, shout out Jacob. I don't think they'd watch this, but anyways. One of them put out a poll, I think it was on YouTube, where it was like, who should go to the bench, Scotty Barnes or OG? And OG's name kind of started to creep up in there. I don't think I would go as far as saying OG should be on the bench, because I think OG is poised for maybe not a breakout second half, because he's averaging 18 points per game. It's not like he's having a bad year. I mean, here are his stats. He's averaging 18 points, 5.5 rebounds, 2.7 assists, 1.6 steals, which is well above the career average. He's shooting 36% from downtown, 44% from the field, which both are a couple of ticks below his just career average. I would imagine OG, especially with the acquisition of Thaddeus Young, my guess is that these Raptors, a lot of these players probably have never really kind of caught up to, I would imagine they're just completely gassed. Like, I don't think they ever got their, maybe not as far as they never got their stamina back, but, there was that stretch. First off, COVID just decimated on at certain points in the beginning of the season. Dealt with injuries all season. And it's like the very minuscule things. It's like having no Khem Birch. It's like having no Precious Achua. When you're missing both of those two players, and you're already usually running 7, max 8-man rotations with Delano Banton getting like 10 minutes, your starters are playing anywhere between 40 to 42 minutes a night. So if you do that for several weeks, you're going to get tired. You're going to get tired. So my best guess is I don't have any concerns with OG or any players on the Raptors. I just think them, along with every other team in the NBA right now, the way the season has been going, they need a break. Like, I really think it's as simple as that. And heading into the All-Star break at 32-25 compared to last year, I know Raptors Nation doesn't like to think about last year. I don't like to think about it either. It's such an improvement. Right? It's just such an improvement. I mean, the Raptors are clearly on the right track, and, they know what they're doing. Masai knows what he's doing. I know not all of us were big fans of what the Raptors gave up to get Thaddeus Young, but I think we can all agree the acquisition of Thaddeus Young will be, it's not like you won't notice it. Like, you're going to notice it. And come playoff time, when defenses start getting harder, passing lanes kind of start shutting down, driving lanes start shutting down, and you have to really start making your shots, that's when Thaddeus Young is going to come up so clutch, man. I can't wait. That's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed, hit the like button, hit that sub button, and let's enjoy break. Drop some comments down below on your thoughts on the Raptors' first half or what you look forward to in the second half. Peace.